Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday here on the homestead, and I'm standing outside, guess where? The earth bag structure once again. Putting a metal roof on here, and before anybody says, well, metal roofs are hot, this and that, here's what we're doing. You put a rubberized coating on this metal, and these are some scrap pieces. So you can see here, I actually brush this on. So what I do is I take these corrugated sheets that I get over at Home Depot. They're thinner. And then I put them in the shed, and then I just get some elastomeric coating, rubberized roof. I'll show you that in a second here. Put it on here, let it dry, and then I put the panels up on the roof, screw them down, and then put another coat over top of that. And you can come out here in the middle of the day at the hottest time of the day, and you put your hand on it, and it's completely normal temperature, not hot at all, as opposed to like a metal roof, even a painted metal roof. You put your hand on there, they're hot. So this works, and that's why I'm putting a metal roof on here, because I want the roof to last. We already had a roof on the earth bag structure, but I wanted to put something more durable. So you can see in here, this is the shed I have cleared out. So what I do is I just set the panels on these tables right here and just roll them. Now you can get an airless sprayer and do it. That's something that I'll end up doing down the road when I do a bigger surface area for our house. But for the time being, I just use a regular roller, and then on the roof itself, I brush it on. So the reason I do this first in here is it just makes it a lot easier than trying to be up on the roof and doing it that way. So, and this is the stuff I'm talking about. There's actually a couple different kinds. I use this Henry's, and this is the acrylic version. This is a little more expensive. I think it's about $90 for like 4.75 gallons. Which really, frankly, is not all that bad for what you're getting out of this. It really works, folks. I'm definitely 100% happy with this stuff. So this stuff works. If you have any doubts, you can definitely use this. So that's that. But back to the generator. So as you all know that are following along, we're building a homestead out here from the ground up. It's more of a farmstead. And this is, of course, our farm building. And when we're building out here, have a lot of things running on solar. Pretty much our whole homestead runs on solar, except for when it gets really cloudy out. But when we first came out here, first month and a half, 2 months, I relied on a generator a lot. And I actually have 2 generators, and that's what I'm going to talk to you all about today. So this generator here is the Predator 3500 inverter generator. Now they sell these at Harbor Freight, and I'm going to tell you just from my experience, Harbor Freight is definitely hit and miss, a lot of miss. But this particular generator has had thousands of reviews, and it compares with the Honda, which is much more expensive. And as you can see at the beginning of the video, I have close to 2,100 hours on this thing, and it runs just fine. The only thing that I really do with this, I haven't done much maintenance at all, is I just change the oil regularly. I try to do it between about 50 and 100 hours. But another thing is too, we don't run this like at full load a lot of times, so it's really running about half speed for the most part, and a lot of times it's just idling when we did use it a lot. So that's the story with this. So if you're wondering, okay, the difference between an inverter generator and say a normal gas generator, that's just, well, these are both gas, but a normal generator such as this one, I'll tell you the main difference. There's a few different differences, but the way that the inverter works is it actually will idle based on the amount of energy you're using. So basically it's like a car, you know, you give it more gas, you go faster. So with the inverter generator, if you're using more power, say I'm only using 500 watts of power, the generator is going to stay at the needed RPMs to run it at that particular wattage. Now with this machine here, a normal one, you fire this thing up and it's already going to be running at top speed. And so obviously, if you think about that, you know, that's why these generators generally are like half the cost of an inverter generator. So inverter generators, they run at a lower RPM. They will adjust based on the amount of power that you're using. So what I would say is these types of generators here, the normal ones, what they're really good for is if I'm running like power tools, like my air compressor, table saw, miter saw, that kind of stuff. Those use a lot of juice, so this particular generator is really good for that. But if you're powering like your RV and even like your farm area, and you're going to be having this on for a long period of time, it's well worth the investment to get the Predator or something similar to it, an inverter generator. So that's really the main difference. There are a few other differences, but I'm not going to go into that. You can look all that stuff up. But just from a homesteader's perspective, letting you guys know that if you need to know if this is a good purchase or not, so it's been a great purchase for us. We've used it, you know, quite a bit. Not as much anymore. It kind of just sits, but we use it, you know, when we need it, and it fires right up. So that's that. And I'll try to keep you all updated on our homestead. As you can see, still messing with the earth bag structure. I got to finish putting the metal roof on here, doing some artsy stuff up here, and then I got a moisture barrier that's going around the base here. You can see I got the stones lined up here because I'm actually going to be doing some masonry work here to have the stones cover the moisture barrier that goes up about 1.5 feet. And then the moisture barrier is going to come out about 2 feet and then go into the ground slightly, and then it'll kind of slant down a little bit, and that's how we're doing it here. And plus we are supposed to be having a tractor come this week. We decided to buy an old tractor, and I'll talk about that in a separate video, but it's a tractor with a backhoe. It's really old, like a 1968 Ford, but everything works on it, it's supposed to. And but like I said, I'll go into that in a different video. But with the tractor, I'm going to be doing a lot of sculpting around here before monsoon season comes to get everything prepped down here. So if you're following along, thank you. If not, please consider liking and subscribing. I'll try to post videos every time I can, and hope y'all have a good week. Thank you.